Welcome to History Unearthed. Today, we're setting sail into one of the most iconic naval battles in history, the Battle of Trafalgar 1805. This wasn't just a fight for supremacy, it was a clash of empires, tactics, and personalities. But was it really Nelson's genius, or a mix of luck and French blunders? Let's dive deeper than the myths. By 1805, Napoleon dominated Europe, but Britain ruled the waves. His continental system aimed to strangle Britain's economy, but without naval supremacy, it was doomed. Enter Admiral Horatio Nelson, a one-eyed, one-armed maverick with a knack for defying convention. After victories at the Nile and Copenhagen, he was Britain's golden boy. But his opponent, Admiral Pierre-Charles Villeneuve, was no slouch, just hamstrung by Napoleon's micromanagement and a demoralized Franco-Spanish fleet. On October 21, 1805, off Spain's Cape Trafalgar, Nelson faced 33 French and Spanish ships with just 27 British vessels. Outnumbered, he gambled on a radical tactic, breaking the line. Instead of lining up parallel to the enemy, Nelson split his fleet into two columns and charged head-on. This risky move exposed his ships to devastating broadsides but allowed them to exploit gaps in the enemy line. The result? Chaos. British gunners, trained to fire 3 times per minute, overwhelmed their opponents. Nelson's flagship, HMS Victory, locked horns with Villeneuve's Bucentaur, while HMS Temeraire became the Fighting Temeraire of legend. But the battle's climax was bittersweet. A French sniper fatally wounded Nelson, who died knowing he'd secured victory. His last words, "Thank God I have done my duty." Let's cut through the hero worship. While Nelson's tactics were bold, historians debate how much credit he deserves. Andrew Lambert argues Nelson's Nelson touch, his ability to inspire and innovate, was key. But N.A.M. Roger points out that British naval superiority was decades in the making. Better ships, training, and logistics gave Nelson an edge. And let's not forget Villeneuve's blunders. His fleet was poorly coordinated, and many Spanish captains resented French leadership. Trafalgar was a crushing blow for Napoleon. His invasion plans were sunk, and Britain's naval dominance was secure for a century, but it wasn't a total victory. Nelson's death turned him into a martyr, but the battle didn't end the Napoleonic Wars. Land battles like Austerlitz and Waterloo would decide Europe's fate. Meanwhile, the human cost was staggering: 1,500 British casualties, but over 14,000 French and Spanish dead or captured. Trafalgar isn't just a history lesson, it's a mirror for modern geopolitics. Britain's naval supremacy shaped its empire, but also its identity. Today, as debates over Brexit and national sovereignty rage, Trafalgar's legacy looms large. It also raises questions: can one battle change history? And how do we balance heroism with the human cost? As we navigate an era of shifting power, Trafalgar reminds us that dominance is never permanent. If this deep dive made you rethink naval history, smash that like button, subscribe, and argue below. Was Nelson a genius, or just in the right place at the right time? Want more untangled histories? Hit the bell. Until next time, question the past.